Whatchacot, I'm a fertilising agent. My brothers are all wriggly. I'm a fertilising agent. My brothers are all wriggly. Touch us with a digit, make us go all giggly. Stir us up to Varich, handy as a manual. Sinister and Dexter, handy as a manual. Help us, Father Woodlice, tax collectors and a spaniel. The satellites are shining, the acid rain looks pretty. Fish and chips and cycle clips, fish and chips and cycle clips, fish and chips and cycle clips, fish and chips and cycle clips. Ha 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 ha. My aim is high and noble. I'm singing as I'm swimming. My aim is high and noble. I'm singing as I'm swimming. I giggle and I wriggle and make a new beginning. Hello, little bell. I believe we have an appointment with destiny. A short life, but a happy one.
At first, the infant, mewling in the test tube's neck.
Look at the score clock down in the corner. No mouse to run up it. The mouse is extinct, but the rat is surviving. The digits are counting. Emission control. Counting my blessing. Look at the score clock down in the corner. No mouse to run up it. I said the mouse is extinct, but the rat is surviving, and the digits are counting. Emission control, counting my blessing. I will be born sooner than later. 9 months compression into one program. The wonders of science. Suspend your belief, and I'll tell you a secret. I was conceived not in a test tube, but in a pint mug. I never asked to be born. But since I'm here, I'm taking over. Steer me well, lead me straight. Narrow bends and oily waters. What do we want? Love. When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
Love, love, love.
And when do we want it?
Now.
I said, what do we want?
Love.
And when do we want it?
Now.
I said, what do we want?
Love, love, love.
And when do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Love.
And when do we want it?
Now.
Alpha to Omega. Defect police report unauthorized activity in telepathic frequencies of the machine. Isolate unprogrammed data immediately and erase with extreme prejudice. Yes. Follow the sequence, touching the light. Follow the sequence, touching the light.
Creeping, crawling, occasionally floating. We wander the underlevels, creeping, crawling, at some disadvantage and pain. I use the word we deliberately. There's someone else inside my brain. Fortunately, we possess the sum of all human knowledge and appear to have telepathic powers and the ability to float. Unfortunately, we are a newborn, naked baby.
Then the whining school
Creeping,
child, with
crawling,
cassette and shining morning face,
crawling,
creeping like a snail,
creeping.
unwillingly to data bank. Follow the sequence, touching the light.